Welcome back, everybody.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for your patience. I appreciate you for I said holding. It's like I'm at work. No, we're gonna. I think if OBS keeps doing that, I'm probably going to dedicate the stream to restream next time. So I do apologize for the technical difficulties. OBS seems to always do that now. Always crashes, but nonetheless. I'm just making sure things go straight. All right, so go straight. I forgot
Thank
what was
you,
that.
Ian.
But no. Let's discuss vulnerability. I'm like you. Vulnerability and accountability, right? Because listen, like I was saying, I was like, yeah, that's true. I think it might be my exterior that kind of deters people, but now, yeah, but I think now it has changed. I got
Yeah,
more people,
because you wore a short set yesterday. So go ahead.
bruh.
I just never saw you in a short set.
Yeah, a lot of people say they haven't seen me, but things change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With the weight loss and just a newfound bit of
good.
confidence. You know what I mean?
That's
It's just like
good.
I'm in a different headspace now.
I love it. I love it.
You know what I mean? So, but let's be like honest with it. We've had like difficult conversations amongst one another. How do you all feel about those conversations that we have? We know sometimes it be, how you say, like it causes some type of anxiety sometimes when you have to have tough conversations with your friends.
Tough love, down to the point. Yeah, I love it because I never had that growing up. I was always told, "Oh yeah, you right, and it kind of messed me up. So I couldn't take to, "Oh, you wrong, you dead wrong." So it helped me a lot. That's it.
Well, again, like I said, some of the things that we go through,
That's it.
somebody may be already going through it. Somebody may be getting ready to go through it, or somebody has already been through it. And for those of us that have already been through it, we can kind of help that person out. That's just getting into the fire. We done went through the fire and we done came on the other side. But for somebody that's going through right now, they wouldn't understand how can you say that I'm gonna get through it
Right.
unless you've been through it.
Yeah.
But I can share my experience with you and say, hey, look, it's a temporary situation. But if you're thinking about taking your life or something like that, that's a permanent action to a temporary situation. And there's no coming back from that.
And a lot of people don't understand that the suicide rate among men are the highest. They say a man commits suicide every 14 minutes. So that just lets you know that how the world sees men is different. Where we've been raised as robots, kind of, not to express your feelings. You're only as good as what you can provide. And the women that we get with doesn't really understand that because they was raised differently, and I can understand that now. You know what I mean? I was not in touch with my own personal feelings because I didn't feel like my personal feelings mattered. And then when you're in a relationship with someone and they don't reciprocate the things that you're doing, how you're doing it, then it further makes it valid.
Right.
That your feelings don't matter. So that's why I feel like circles like these, I feel like if I was in a male's group early on while I was still in my past relationship, would it saved it? I don't know. You know what I mean? But what I do know is that I feel like I'm completely different mentally when I'm with y'all. You know what I mean? Like I'm able to voice my concerns and express how I'm feeling like that and don't face the judgment. Here's what I learned, right? They say a man can't really express his feelings to his woman, especially if it's a way of something that she might be doing, to try to get her to correct something so that way he can feel better. Because as soon as he tells her, he gotta put his feelings on the back burner and now console her to help her feel better because of what he had brought to her, which in turns negate his feelings in the end anyway. You know what I mean? So at what point, I can kind of understand now why people say, well, no, you can't really talk to your woman like that, because your feelings still get put on the back burner because you're too busy trying to console her to make her feel better about the situation.
Yeah, I do think, again, they go back to learning how to self-love yourself all the way. Not pieces, not what your family taught you, but to love yourself. And then you can share that with your significant other or girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. And you can understand what they're going through. And you can tell them, you can shed some light on whatever they're going through. Hey, I'm here and all this here. But to be honest with you, most men only get their flowers when they're dead. And they can't smell them no more.
That's sad to say, but it's in some ways it's true, because we thrive on taking care of the home front. That's the biggest thing, because we are protectors by nature. We're providers by nature, but sometimes it seems as if when it's not appreciated, that makes it hard. I know back in the day, like in my case, my grandparents stayed married for 62 years. My grandfather was the breadwinner. My grandmother was the homemaker. She made sure everything was taken care of. Mm-hmm. But nowadays, you hear a lot of women say, "I'm this independent. I don't need this. I don't need that." Mm-hmm. But and then the thing you may run into is this: if they've been doing it by themselves for so long, even when you try to come in and help or assist, they don't want your help. So therefore, you're trying to figure out, well, what am I bringing to the table that you're going to appreciate? So that's what makes it hard sometimes.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you thank you, Chip, because for people that don't know, today would have been my grandmother's 110th birthday. She passed away in 2008 at the age of 92. And I was having a moment this morning. I went and sat by the river because that brings me peace. But I noticed that when I put that out there on Facebook, Big Chip said something about it. I tell people, no matter when times like this happen, you have to have someone that you can talk to. Right. Because it can take you on a downward spiral. And sometimes when you get down there, it's hard to come back up.
Yeah.
I tell people, 92 years, that's a blessing. My grandfather, he lived 96 years. But I don't care what no one says, you never have enough time with them.
No, that's the analogy that you use kind of reminds me of one where they say a guy, he was walking and he fell down a hole, like a well, right? He fell down a well, and the well had caverns and stuff in it. While he's screaming up at the top for get people to come help get him out. No one was really capable of getting him out except for one guy. The one guy comes, and instead of getting a rope to throw down to him to pull him up, the guy jumps in the well with him. Yeah. So the guy asks him, it's like, man, why couldn't you just pull us out? He was like, well, I could have pulled you out, but you're down here. Like, what if you fall down here again and no one comes help you? He was like, but I've been down here before, and I'm going to show you how to get out of here. And it's like, dang. So now those are what I would consider to be friends or people that come into your life that have been through what you've been through and that can help you get out. So I was like, what is it? I'm on the podcast and I think Chip is a divorcee, right? So everything that I've been going through prior to now, Chip jumped into the well. He blocked it, but he jumped into the well, and he was able to walk me through the process, because then we had the conversation. It was like, dog, no one was there for me. No one. And he had to figure it out for himself. You know what I mean? So I think like Chip, you getting your flowers now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, you know. So I have to thank him for that because I was in a dark place. Come on, man.
Yeah,
I
you already dark.
It's the only friends I do.
I think
Yeah.
what we have to remember, man, is that everything we go through is not always for us.
Right.
Yeah.
In order for you to have a testimony, you got to have been tested. In order for you to have a message, you have had to been messed up somewhere.
Yeah.
And the thought is, you can't help someone else if you keep it to yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's so many individuals that have gone through so much and they buried in the grave. Like I know for an example, my dad, he has dementia, like bad. I'm talking about this. It's not bad in the sense he's nonverbal. But
He
I know,
forgot. He forgot.
Come on,
forgot
man.
what?
Like,
Come on, man, stop. Stop. No, man. You see, I'm trying to, okay.
That was good time.
Right, it was, man. No, but what I'm saying is that information, when it's not passed down, all it does is go into the ground.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so at the end of the day, I know my dad had, like, as far as how to work with money and deal with money, he had it good. He knew how to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when asking him about it, he'd never passed that information on to us.
Well, that's
You know
why
what
they
I'm
say
saying?
the graveyard, the richest place in the world. Because so many dreams done been buried.
See, and that's what
The torch
sucks.
ain't been passed. They rather die with. It's a lot of people, especially a lot of elderly people, like to die with the torch. They're passing it on. Trying to teach somebody this here. They'll rather die with it.
So you think that's a generational thing? I don't think that's just
No, I don't think it's generational.
No,
I just
not-
think people selfish.
okay, not generational in a sense, but I don't think it's culturally just black people that does that.
No, it's not
No.
generational.
That's it's versatile. But what I would say, if your daughter had a birthday party, right, and you say, "Hey, what you want?" What's likely the first thing she'll say?
If she had a birthday party right now, she'd probably say, "I want a car,
Money.
or money, or a car." Right?
Money. But, okay, instead of giving her money, I can give you some books and show you how to get money. Because I firmly believe your idea makes the money. The money never makes the idea.
Okay.
So money should chase you. Because money really, if you really look at it, let's say money don't exist. Right? Say money don't exist.
No,
it exists, but it don't exist. How you play yourself, how you do stuff, how you. I always had that spirit of what my grandma them taught me, what my mama them taught me, what I saw people go through, and it's mentally draining because you be like, you don't even have to be like that. Oh, let me put this here. Let me pinch off this here. I had to get away from all that poor spirit, that surviving spirit. I had to get away from all that because no, I don't need that.
But the thing is that we, just in our group, all we know is scarcity.
Yes.
And then on top of that, when you go up levels, you want to try to learn and get out of certain things, but then you realize you jump into a bunch of scammers. They trying to sell you these quick schemes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it would be best to learn from somebody who has gone through it, but you can't tell whether or not the people who you're trying to learn from has gone through it or
They
not.
might be scammers.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
it's difficult when it comes to that. Like if my daughter came to me and she says she wanted money, but I want to show her how to make money. It was like I read an article where a mom, and it's funny that you mentioned the birthday thing. It's because the mom's son wanted Jordans. The boy loved tennis shoes, and he wanted Jordans for his birthday. So instead of buying the boy Jordans, he was like, well, why don't you buy the company that makes the Jordans? Got him his first piece of stock in Nike, right? And when he got his first piece of stock in Nike, he ended up seeing dividends come in from Nike. And then she came back to him. She says, okay, well, you can save up these dividends or you can reinvest the dividends. And if you reinvest enough money, the money that you get back from your dividends can then buy you your next pair of Jordans. So in hindsight, she pretty much taught her son how stocks work based off of a love that he had for tennis shoes. Now, here's the downside about it. Once he learned about it, he acted on it. And now Nike sends him shoes because he has so much money in Nike stock, right? So the mom gave him the keys, and he ended up drinking, right? As much as I instill in my child, she's a great child, by all means. Don't get me wrong. I love her to life, you know?
Cool.
Yeah. And I give you the keys to the thing. It's like, okay, so why are you waiting so long to drink something? Just drink something. Choose that water over there. That might be cooler. Or this one over here might have a little bit more springiness to it, spring water, something like that. But when you have all of the options in front of you, why won't you choose one of the waters? Now you're just sitting there like, okay, well, I'm thirsty. Then you need to choose.
But I believe that ain't on you, though. You did your job. Now she have to do her job, you know, because you can't be whole accountable for, oh, I'm going to make this person do this here, because you can't make nobody do nothing. That's why I always say don't nobody owe you nothing.
When it comes to, okay, so look at the Indians, right? Like, not Indians like, Haya, not them, but the what?
The dots.
Yeah, the Dot and the Tao Indians, right? They make their kids do something, or you get nothing.
But look how young
But
they started.
they started that at a young age. I mean, think about it this way: when you go into a nail salon, you see kids working because they're teaching them to be responsible. They're teaching them how to be productive. And to go back to what you were saying, in all reality, you can lay as many glasses of water that you want in front of your daughter. It's the fact that it came from you. And what you don't understand by that is our kids seem to think that we're trying to control their life. Somebody that's not connected to her like that can offer her the same glass of water and she'll take it because it didn't come from you.
I never really thought of it like that.
Because this is the thing. Our kids seem to think that we're trying to control them because we're trying to keep them out of harm's way. We're trying to keep them from making some of the same mistakes that we've made. But because it came from us, they don't want to accept it from us. But they'll take it from somebody else. And that's sad, but it's the truth.
Yeah, that's just like the Jews, Levi. That's just their Jews' last name. And guess what? People buy this. Like Levi was like rags to them, and they stitched them. They did all this here, and people paid all this money for them. It's just their last name, and they been doing this here. So it's easy, way easy for them, and they people buy these $100 a pair.
100. What are you talking about?
The jeans.
Oh,
the
you said
pants,
Levi's. I thought you was talking about the Bible, like
Levites.
The Levites. Yeah, I was like, they stitching stuff in the
No. Levi's. That's a Jewish last name. Some of the Jews' last name. That's where they get that from.
Okay.
And people around here, that's what they do.
Yeah.
You guys mind if I poke my head in for a second?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
On this question about providing for our children, because I kind of have that same issue Leroy has. I also want to put this caveat out there. It is generational because our generation was taught to pass this knowledge down. With technology today, kids don't have to have the knowledge taught down to them. They can go get it. But we as parents also have to understand the question being asked to us. Are they trying to fix an immediate problem, or are they asking for a long-term solution, such as what Chip was alluding to by using the somewhat similar example of give a fish,
Levi.
teach them to fish. Sometimes I have to listen to my daughter because she's not asking me for advice to help her down the road. It's just an immediate problem right now that will never come again. Times like that, yeah, I can help. But if you understand their question and understand that it's going to be something that they need help with forever and a day, such as parenting advice, yeah, don't give them the quick fix. Teach them like, hey, this is what we do. This is how it's done. There's been people before us that had the same problem. What did they do to fix this? Even if you don't take the advice from me, you can look at life. Life's lessons have taught generations of people how to solve problems.
Yeah.
All you have to do is be open-minded enough to listen,
Yeah.
which
Okay.
may be another problem from younger generations. And not just that, but for us men, because we were taught to be protectors. For us military, we're soldiers. We protect this country. We also protect our house. And your house that's top
And-
priority.
And that's another thing. Like, we wasn't made to be protectors. God protect all of us. We wasn't made that, but we was told that. We was told to be head of the household. Who came up with that?
And like, I totally agree with you, Chip, when you was like, hey, sometimes, I got to call the cops. I can't step in and help you.
Yeah.
And that has been a bugaboo for me in my life. I've always wanted to help people.
Especially if you got a reputation. I know this girl who called her father, and her father had a reputation about unaliving people. And when she called him, he knocked on the door, and the guy instantly unalived him because he had that reputation.
Right. You and me.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why I don't want no reputation. No, just be like, Chip, he cool. He a trip.
So do you think preparation is actually premeditation?
Oh,
Yeah, I see Pastor
Okay.
Ernest.
Yes. Let me ask you a question though. This is the question because I'm going back to what you said. So, what kind of issue that you think would happen only one time and never come up again? Because you said that if you're helping someone with a right now issue, that it's not going to come up anymore. How can you determine whether it's going to happen again? It may not happen with her, but it may happen with somebody that it may happen with her kid. So how do you know that that's never going to happen again?
The one I was speaking
Put it
about,
back on
I
you.
kind of
Yeah,
don't
but
want to
yeah.
air my example of that brought me to that question.
put it back on you.
It has to deal with a racial issue that
Yeah,
my
you're not
daughter
gonna
had
put
to
the
deal
camera
with.
back on you at
Okay.
all. Like.
I know, it's for a reason.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, keep ignoring us,
you
why
saying
don't
you saying a racial issue, and I got that. But this is in all reality. This is what we have to understand. One, we're gonna be black until we die. Two, you're gonna always face some form of racial situations in life
Facts.
because that's just
Yeah.
how it is. But we don't have to be a product of that. So that's why I asked that question, because they may never deal with it again, but that's just like we don't hear about the Ku Klux Klan anymore. But
Oh, you're
But-
dancing
but-
around my topic. You're right.
but no, hold on, wait. But this is the
You're
thing.
there.
This is what I tell people. Just because you don't see people with white hoods and white robes
Oh, they judge.
doesn't mean that
they.
it doesn't exist anymore. But it just means that they're open more. So my thought is, until we leave this earth, we're going to face some kind of trial and tribulation. That's why we have to put our faith in God, because He tells us that vengeance is mine, said the Lord. So we have to trust Him, regardless of whatever we go through.
Yeah.
Once
yeah.
we're off air, I'll share it with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Ed, you are retired, so you don't got to worry about the VA. You can
It's not a job issue this time.
job issue.
It's a
Okay.
family issue.
I got you. I
okay.
got you.
All right. Now pertaining to us fellas in a whole, when we deal with accountability and vulnerability, we had mentioned what you had mentioned about us not being protectors, but it's kind of hard when I think at some form or fashion we became protectors. It's not that we was given that label by God. I think God only wanted us. God did the protecting because we was in the garden.
Exactly.
And we was protected by him because of the garden that he set up.
Right.
But the snake still had access to be around. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I do believe that we are, as men, protectors of our household. Even though you might say we don't have that label, I don't think we are meant to be the providers. God is the one that provide everything. I think God now is. I think God inform us to maintain what He has given, or He'll take it away.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Manage
what you have
yeah.
given.
I think in some cases we're wired to be that way, especially for those that came up in a single parent home like me.
Wait. Did I say protector or?
Yeah, you said
You said protector.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wrong on that. I mean provider.
Right. Okay, so now that's a whole different ballgame. I mean, you're right about that. But because if you're a single parent and you're a young man and the father's not in the home, you're gonna be a protector of your mom regardless. That's why no one is ever really gonna be good enough for your mom. It's kind of like when you look at the movie Are We There Yet? Hey, my mom has me and my brother. So guess what? We're not even finna give you a chance to come in and disrupt anything that she has going on. One, because we don't know you and we don't trust you. So you have to earn that from the kids, no matter how old they are.
Yeah.
You know, and some women will let you know, hey, look, if my kids don't gel with you, I can't gel with you. Because they have to feel comfortable enough. I tell people, even going through college, you talk about pets and you talk about babies. They have a sense of who they feel comfortable around and who they can trust. And if they don't trust you, you will know that they don't trust you by their actions.
Especially
right.
dogs.
You could put your hand out real nice and make nice little small, come here. And they still sitting there growling at you. Exactly. They continue to growl at you. Or when you try to grab a baby, they start hollering before you even get your hands on them. They looking at you yelling. So babies and pets, they have a sense of feeling when it comes to that like that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, in my past experience so far, the dog was cool and the baby was cool with me. So I guess I'm good in that area. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess you told him a joke.
Yeah, I told him a joke. It's
a cat.
she ain't got no cats.
Stop playing with the cats, man.
She ain't
Stop
got no
playing with the
cats.
cats.
Yeah. No, man. I just the safe space I suggest for any man to have a group of friends. When you had mentioned the forge, it's absolutely right. It's important that you have a group of guys that you can just talk to, and your woman should be okay with you hanging out with these fellas because of the character that the fellas have. Now, what I would suggest is that, you know what I'm saying, you let you let your female friend or your woman know, your spouse know, like, these are my male friends and these are their characters. You know what I mean? Because what they say, birds of a feather flock together. Right? So you just like with women, if you see all of the women's are hoes and just your girl hanging out with them, chances are
they're gonna be
your
corrupt.
girl, yeah, she's gonna corrupt her, and she's
Right.
gonna become.
Nice.
She's gonna be nice.
You'll be experienced.
Yeah. Nonetheless, you know. So it's just like that. And I had to ask that same question to Nana at some point, not in reference to Nana being a hoe, but Nana had a lot of non-binary gay friends coming up. You know what I mean? So as a father, I had to be like, okay, well, let's go for a walk, Naj. I need to talk to you about something. And I was like, well, listen, Naj, she's gay, and this other one is gay, and this one here is non-binary, and this one here is gay. So I just want to know, Daddy gonna love you anyway. I just want to know, is you a gay? Is you a gay? Is you a LGBTQ? Yo, she was like, "No, Dad, no, I'm not." And I was like, "Well, I'm just saying, you just got a lot of gay friends, man. It's just that I just wanted to make sure." Yeah.
Let our niece be, bro. Let our niece be.
Hey, listen, man, I got to ask so I can know how to move. You know how I used to say a lot of gay jokes and stuff like that. So I just don't want to be like her standoff. So like, yeah, my dad has an issue. I don't have an issue with gay people, you know. So
What
it is
they
what it
is?
is. They LGBTQs. The LGBTQ. The LGBTQ.
That sounds like a frat.
What part of it? Who? Hi. LGBTQ. LGBTQ. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless. No, man. No, so before we get ready to go, what time is it, Ed?
It is
2:56.
14:56.
Oh, okay. It's almost 3 o'clock.
He's
We
still on
started at
military
2.
time.
Sorry for y'all civilian people. It's
started at
2:56.
2.
Yeah. So we had a good hour. I just wanted to, before we close out the show, I wanted to get some clarification from you all, because I did a lot of speaking in reference to our group. Chip said he don't mind opening the group up to other fellas, right? I personally have a reservation on that because it takes me a long time to trust anybody, and that's because of based off of my therapist, like abandonment issues. You know what I mean? So I don't trust very easily. And I understand that you can have people that's in your group and then they got to work in with everybody to get into the group, right? So go ahead.
Well, when I mean I don't mind other people in the group, I'm just saying once we get to a point, then we can start bringing other people in, just like on the forge.
Okay.
Because we can start mentoring, you know, from even young kids, older guys, you know, because we have to get it down tight first. Because I think we the foundation of it. So that's what I mean by that. Not just, come on
in,
let's
yeah.
eat.
I understand what
Yeah.
you're saying too, because I
Yeah.
mean we have to be mindful
Right.
Yeah.
of what we allow to come in. Right here, there is a bond. There's a close knit, and you have to be careful. You don't want anyone to come in and disrupt that, because everyone that's coming in is not necessarily coming in because they supporting
What we
what
got
you're
going
doing.
on.
Exactly.
But we can defeat that. That's what I'm saying. Like when we have a bond, we can defeat that because we're not doing it for as, oh boy, you gotta watch what he just want this. No, we doing it because we know, okay, we the foundation. Okay, it don't matter what you do. You can go talk about us.
Right.
But we did do something.
I just don't want, and like I said, I don't mind. Maybe we need to have like a vetting process or whatnot.
Yeah.
I just don't want to have any discord sown amongst the core group.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
totally understandable.
You end up bringing somebody in, and of course their mentality is not going to be on the same level as ours, as far as how we view each other and how we respect the group. Like
But you
that.
do have to watch their character though. Like it will be sit back and hey, let's help. You know, because sometimes we can build people up to character because they don't know what the character is. Oh, like I said, I didn't know. Just say, for instance, when I was growing up, I didn't know about no credit cards. I didn't know about no credit. Not the thing I learned about credit was it don't matter. 7 years it'll be off it.
Yeah.
Just think.
And that's true.
Just think. Right.
That's what you hear. That's what you
We
hear.
wasn't taught how
Chapter
to
13,
save money.
Chapter 7?
Yeah, we weren't no good managers. We wasn't taught that. And then we were icing God for a lot. and we didn't even know how to manage what we had. So some people need that help. Like Leroy, I learned a lot from Leroy managing money, not for as having money and managing money is two different things.
Facts.
You know, and I just, oh, you got goals. Oh, you write down this. Oh, you did. I didn't know none of that. So that's why, I could take from you to learn. You know what I'm saying? I could take from you to learn. I could take from Funny Bone to learn. I could take from Ed to learn. And I think that's what I needed. You know what I'm saying? So it might be people who need that.
But see, you brought up a key thing, right? It's not absolutely. It's not a problem with you needing those things, because I will freely give any information that I would have to anybody. But it's the type of character that you have when you come into the group. You know what I'm saying? I don't want. You know what I'm saying? And then I would be like, yo, listen, if God put somebody on my path, and I'd be like, okay, and I got like this thing. I'm like, well, listen, I'm going to bring it to your attention. Like, listen, I run with a group of guys, but before I can bring you in or talk to them, I need to talk to them first in reference to you.
That's cool.
And that's it.
That's
and
cool.
Like, well,
now, what if someone gay try and come in, but they want to change, but they don't know how to. What would you do?
Listen, God commandment is to love. So if you're coming into the group and that's your character, is that, listen, I want to be around.
No, that ain't my character, but
I understand what you mean, Chip. Let me answer the question.
Okay.
You know what I mean? No, what I'm saying is that if he's coming in and he know what he's doing is not biblical, and he understands that, then it's our duty and our right to be like, okay, well, listen, if this is what you need to do, you need to be around more masculine men, so that way you can learn how to be what it is to be a man.
Come on, man.
Oh my God. Okay. You know
Life
what I mean?
of a comedian. we just say stuff.
All I'm saying is that it will be cool as long as your character shows that like, listen, a man is, I've been told, and I stand by like this, a man is only as good as his word. That's it. If I make you a promise, I'm going to keep my promise. I have always been that way. I stand on business with that. I don't break my promises at all. And if he come in and he was like, I want to do, I was like, okay, well, we are here, are men of our word. If you're looking to change and be that way, then so be it. We will go ahead and be able to assist you with the knowledge and stuff that you would need biblically.
What?
Biblically, we can assist you and let you know, okay, these are the scriptures here that let you know you need to stand on these. It's not going to stop your urges from going away.
You say he need to stand on his knees, like praying. What are y'all talking about? All the time praying on your knees. That's good.
Hey, listen.
The life of a comedian.
All I'm saying is that's exactly like this. Like just stand on the word. Here are the scriptures that you need to stay focused on, and just remember, you're gonna have to cast your flesh down a lot in reference to that. Because now this like, what if he reading out the scripture and he be like, what do turn the other cheek mean?
Come on, man. Not talking about those cheeks.
The Bible say you hit him on one side.
Hey, listen, Chip. Chip.
I think
I think
in all cases we have to be mindful.
Thank you, Ernest.
We just have to be mindful. And I say that because you don't know what you may say that may set them back.
Yeah.
It may trigger them. So
you messing around, got this man coughing, man.
You better not cough around our new business.
It's the middle picture turning up on the cheek.
we just have to be mindful with everything that goes on, even in our circle. We have to be mindful because you never know what someone has went through that you may talk about.
Exactly.
You know, so even when I text you this morning, I say, hey, what's the topic for the day? Because then we have to get our mind straight, because it may open up a door that we thought we closed. And I think
Exactly.
what we don't understand is sometimes we may think that we've closed that door and it is okay, that we're okay with it. But as soon as you hear it,
Yeah.
it hits you again as if it was yesterday. That's why when I put on the post this morning about my grandmother leaving here in 2000, what? I said 2008. She left in 2008. I say, but it still hurts as if it was yesterday. Because I tell people, you can't tell a person how long to grieve,
Yeah.
because you don't know what kind of relationship they had with that person.
You definitely got to be mindful. I meant mindful.
Mouthful. What's
You,
wrong with
you definitely got to be careful.
What is wrong with this?
Oh no, he on one today. Oh, so listen. Before I close, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna give credit what credit is due.
Yeah.
I had received some help from a young lady, and I didn't realize that I had an issue, and with like receiving anything.
Right.
Like I always had an issue with receiving gifts, an issue with just being appreciated. You know
Because
what I mean?
you're a giver. That's the thing. And a lot of times, because we're givers, we don't know how to receive. Because
Right.
a lot of times we don't really get it. So
Right.
we're so used to giving. Like my cousin said, hey, he said, man, you do so much for so many people. When you gonna start doing something for yourself? I said, because sometimes we get so caught up in helping others, we don't think about ourselves. And of course, the people that's receiving the help from you, they ain't thinking about
Yeah.
extending no help to you.
Yeah.
So in all reality, it sounds strange, but in some cases, you have to be selfish when it comes to you.
No,
Because
it's all right to be selfish
if
when
you
it
don't
comes to
take care of you, how can you take care of others?
Yeah, exactly. I definitely agree with that.
See, I didn't realize that when you mentioned certain triggers,
Yes.
that like it I thought that over the course of the last 2-3 years, and at the end, like recently, that I've gone through the therapy and everything, that a lot of me has healed in certain areas. You know what I mean? But then there are certain areas that I have that I never really tapped into, that I
I'm
didn't
glad you
realize
back.
that needed healing. You know what I mean? And that was one of them. Just the fact that somebody went out their way to help me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, well, dang, I haven't felt like that in a while. And then my therapist was saying, well, Leroy, when things happen, you just need to just sit in it and embrace it and enjoy it, because that's something that you really never did. It was always you on the go. What's the next thing? What's the next thing?
I think sometimes we get caught up in trying to do so much so that we don't think about some of the issues that we've dealt with. I deployed from 2004 to 2005. It is 2026. There's still things that I know would set me off. So I try to step away from that. And yes, that's what you need to get help for. I mean, I tell people, if you've deployed, I don't care if you've been in the military, if you deployed, you've had some kind of traumatic experience, you have some type of PTSD. It may not be as bad as other people, but you have it. And if you don't get help from it, some little trigger may take you somewhere that you can't get out of.
Yeah. You can have that from just by growing
Yeah.
up. Like,
Yeah, traumatic issues from childhood.
I got so much PTSD because I'm thinking what I'm doing is right. Because this is what I see and this is what I was taught. And then as you sit back and just look at yourself, you be like, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. So now you have to reposition yourself and rethink everything over, because you got, just like in school, like this is their system.
Right.
So this is what, who said 1 + 1 is 2? You see what I'm saying? Like, if you don't get with their system, hey, you gonna get lost.
Well, then that's kind of like the financial system that you was talking about when it comes to money. I work downtown. Okay, when I'm not doing comedy or doing podcasting, I work for the city, and I find ways now to try to bless people when I'm having days that I'm down. And it doesn't matter whether, like, oh, you want some food? If I see that you might be hungry, I'm going to buy you some food or something like that, because that makes me feel better to be a blessing to somebody else. But then I've been privileged to have conversations with these individuals who are transit, who just so happen to be out there because they want to be out there.
Yeah.
That is a way for them to get out of the so-called rat race, the so-called trap that this is in. Like, look at it like this. So we go to work and they tax our pay.
Yeah.
As soon as we get paid, we got to come home to a house that's really not owned by us because we pay taxes on that. And then we got to pay mortgage to them. They give us the money just so they can give it, so we can give it back to them. And then if you don't make the payments, you lose the house. You know what I mean? If you don't make this paper, then you can't buy food to eat. You know what I mean?
But the Bible tell you not to worry about your food, your clothes, and what you gonna eat. And then it also say daily bread. So that mean it ain't monthly bread, it's daily bread. That's what you worry about. Let God take care of tomorrow.
Because tomorrow will take care of itself.
Exactly. And then as quick as people understand, you don't own nothing on God's earth. God owns everything. And that's the mind frame we need to get out of. Like, oh yeah, my house. You might manage the house because God give you more because you're a good manager, whether you bad or good.
Check this out.
You know, this is one song that we learned a long time ago as youth, and it's titled "He Got the Whole World in His Hand." So if He got the whole world in His hand, everything that happens in this world is because He allowed it to happen. A lot of people was upset because Trump is in office. Well, guess what? The devil can't do nothing to us without getting God's permission. So if God put him in that place, He put him in that place for a reason. Mm-hmm. We may not understand it. That's just like when things happening in our life. We may not understand what's happening or why it's happening, but everything is happening because God is in control. There's nothing that's happening in our life today that God is not already know is going to happen. He knew it was going to happen before it happened. That's why He says, I knew you before you were in your mother's womb. So I already knew what you were going to do. That's just like He said, hey, I know you need my help, but when are you going to ask?
God, like I got on the shirts, God God's future is your past. So we already know. The problem is we get stuck in our past. We don't want to let go stuff and move on. It's always a memory. I'll bring it back up. Or no, your past. What I did in the past don't got nothing to do with where I'm going.
Well, check this out, right? You had mentioned this. You said that when you realize that we don't own any of these things on God's earth, and you know what came to my mind as soon as you said that?
What?
The financial system that the Jews use. They have this system where that they own nothing. It's kind of just like, and it's like, okay, so to do it biblically means to don't worry about anything because you don't own anything.
Exactly.
But so they thing is that they don't want to own anything. I had talked to a Jewish guy, and the Jewish guy said, do you know how many Jews are on Section 8 right now? Like, that's how they do it. They don't own anything. So when they go to the tax people and they show them, like, this is what I got, these people are multi-millionaires with businesses and stuff that's not under their name. They don't own any of that. The entities that they created owns it.
Yes.
So now they only make $24,000 a year, stay in Section 8 housing. The entity that they created owns the house that ends up renting them under Section 8. And check this out. The Section 8 government pays them the money to pay off the daggone house, but they don't own anything. And then I was talking to the transit guy. The transit was like, "Listen, man, I don't want to work every day for 8 hours a day. Who put that into play where you work 8 hours a day, 8 hours a week, and then you only get 2 days, but those 2 days is just enough for you to recover and breathe so you can do the crap all over again."
Who they get that from? They get that.
That's a man-made thing.
Yeah, but that's the wrong
They get the
yeah.
day off from God. They get that idea. Like, as they say, he rested a day. Mm-hmm. That's why they say that. But you can get so caught up in the system where you just work, not realizing all this stuff going on. You ain't even much connected to this world.
But here's the thing: no one ever asked they said God created the world in 6 days and rested on 7, but no one ever asked how many hours or days was Adam working when he was just maintaining the garden.
But see,
because he didn't get tired, and he wasn't. This is what I found out. Work wasn't meant for you to be sweating. That's why Jews do it. They don't sweat, do it, but they working.
This is the thing. There are two scriptures that coincide with what we're talking about right now. Matthew 6:33 says to seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things will be added unto you. Right. So if you seeking him first, he's going to supply every need that you have. But also, if you look at Proverbs 3:5-6, it says to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not into your own understanding, and in all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. So if you put those two scriptures together and live by them, everything else falls into place, because Matthew 6:33 tells you that once you seek him, everything will fall in line.
No. It didn't say seek him. It says seek first the
kingdom of God and his righteousness.
Yes.
So if you're seeking that, and then when Proverbs 3:5-6 tells you to trust him, that means that you can't worry about what you see. You got to solely put your trust in God.
And you can't do one without the other. Because just that one will conquer everything.
Exactly.
All right. Well, hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, y'all got y'all daily scripture for today from both pastors, Ernest and Chip. So what we're going to do now is our brother Fabler, the Fabe, has some things that he's getting ready to do real quick. He wanted to show us on camera. So you wanna show us, Ed?
Yeah, Pastor Ernest, you don't mind playing
sure.
musical chairs with me?
Yeah, sure. We can play musical chairs right now.
Yeah, just sidestep to the right.
Plug in what we doing.
Now,
Just
at the end of every show, Leroy always asks everyone,
plug in
what do
now.
you have planned?
Don't sit on your glasses.
Don't sit on your glasses.
Oh, they're right behind me.
Oh, no, you.
Yeah, they're behind me.
Are they? Yeah, I thought you sat on them.
No, they're behind me.
Now, as I was saying, I'm sorry I cut Leroy off.
Cool,
At the end of every show,
been like that.
Leroy asks everybody, what do you have going on? And I always mention the fact that I do mixed drinks, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic. So today I'd like to show the guys on the show, as well as you guys watching, how to make an apple cranberry float.
Okay.
So give me a second. I got to walk around from behind the camera and go on the other side.
Put it on the main screen. There we go. No, that's it. Yeah, that one. All right. And while he's doing that, I know y'all can hear my voice. He's getting that together. He's going to come around. Just remember, on June 18th, we have the therapy comedy show that will consist of myself, Big Chip, Holly Landrum, Wes Johnson, Funny Bone, hosted by Jen Weeks. And there'll be therapy in reference to that. And then also in September,
I need both of you to open that.
in September, we're going to have the Stroke Talk 3 finally. That's right,
Yes.
Chip, right?
Yes.
All right. And then your boy is going on sabbatical. So I will be off, not from doing what I want to do, doing what they want me to do. So I'm going to be relaxing and getting my mental back together, doing what I love to do as far as podcasting, comedy, and acting for the next couple of months. So while we are doing that, let's go back to
Hold on,
Ed.
and one more thing, y'all go watch Trapped Outside. It's on Tubi and it's on Prime.
I saw that.
So y'all go watch it.
It is.
It's good. Yeah,
Okay.
Called Trapped Outside.
Yeah, I saw that.
Trapped Outside
And Buddies. Buddies is on there too,
Yeah,
on
I saw
Tubi.
that. Yeah, you were in
and
that one.
Buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, gentlemen. I'm actually going to have you make your own drinks today.
All
Oh,
right.
you want us to
All
work?
right.
I'm going to get the first step going, then I'm going to ask the pastor to come back over here, and I'm going to go back behind the camera.
Oh,
I will
okay.
step you through how to do it.
All right.
You wash the glasses up?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, they clean, Chip.
I was just making sure.
Look at that. Perfect pour.
All right. Ooh.
Tell me I ain't a bartender.
All right.
Let me get one more just in case.
Just in case, huh? All right.
You said a float?
Now, if anybody's watched any beverage drinks online, you see a guy, Caribbean brother called the Tipsy Bartender.
Bring the microphone to your mouth. They can't.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Thinking about that. I'm the engineer. I'm the one that went to college for this, and I'm not talking to the mic. Chip's mic can pick me up. Anyway, have you guys been
He's so
online
phony.
over the last 8 to 10 years? You've seen a brother from the Caribbean. His name is Sky. He also goes by the Tipsy Bartender, and he makes those beautiful layered drinks. It's like 5 or 6 different colored liquors on top. We're going to do that today with a non-alcoholic version. So, Pastor, if you wouldn't mind, let's switch chairs again. You come back over
Sure,
here.
I can do that.
Be careful.
Left-handed or right-handed?
I'm right-handed, but I can use either one.
If you wouldn't mind,
Yeah, your stomach is in the camera. The back of your head.
All right, yeah, you
I
been
need you to hold this like this.
Oh, hold it like that? All right.
Chip, the rest is on you.
All right, chill. Go ahead on. You're going to tell you
just
what to
make
pour
my-
first.
All right, Chip, I need you to grab an apple juice and pour it.
Apple juice.
Can you
Yeah,
read?
the other one open already.
Fill it halfway.
Halfway.
Fill each glass halfway. Don't pour it on his spoon. Just
Yeah.
pour it in. Just pour each glass halfway.
okay.
Chips.
All right.
All right, and once again, everybody, this drink is called the Cran Apple Float.
Cran apple float.
Okay, now, here
Chip
comes the
shaking.
fun part. All right, Pastor Ernest, if you wouldn't mind, don't let that spoon move.
Okay, don't let it move.
Chip,
okay.
I need you to
gonna
grab
pour
it.
the first one first?
Yep, we're going to pour the middle one. Chip, pour it on the spoon as slow as possible.
Oh, no. You
That
give
way
that.
it doesn't blend in.
You should have told Leroy to do this.
I trust you.
That's blended like a mug, ain't it?
No, it ain't. Keep pouring. Keep pouring.
not
Just
really.
pour on the
It's
spoon real slow. Real slow. Too hard.
Yeah, because it's kind of blend a little
Yeah.
bit. I can see that.
Sorry, that stop.
Chip don't
Go to
got
the next glass.
Yeah, right. We'll go to that one.
Next glass. Go real slow.
This is mine. I'm gonna do this one right.
Too fast. Too fast. Too fast.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you should have did this.
For those of you that are watching, you can see it.
Need a bartender up it.
That's enough. That's good. That's good.
I know, right?
That's what you're saying, yo. You did it good. I see what you did.
Chip like, man, I can't pour this
Okay.
slow.
Slow. Right there. Slow. That's slow.
Yeah, that's slow. He's saying just drip. Follow the drip. Follow the drip.
Follow drip. Now, if you guys are watching on TV, you can see each one has a distinct
Yeah,
layer.
I got a layer. Yeah.
So
Except
now
for-
we have two comedians.
Shut up, man.
Don't say that on the camera.
We're good.
Shut up.
We're good. You can put the spoon in the
Leroy.
bag.
All right, put the spoon in the bag. All right, put the spoon in the bag.
And we have made a cranberry and apple juice float.
Okay, so
That's it.
Take one and enjoy.
what's floating?
The cranberry on top of the apple juice.
Float. I thought you had some whipped cream or something on top of it.
That's what I
You know,
thought. So.
I see it now. You got a little rainbow thing going up in there. That's all right.
Locked up. Just as we finished.
He sure did. It locked up as soon as we finished.
No, it's still
As soon as I got
going.
ready to say, as soon as I got ready to say cheers.
Oh,
Enjoy.
see,
All
this
right.
dad going.
Okay, everybody.
This OBS, man.
Enjoy.
They can
So what we
still.
gonna taste first, the
They
cran or the apple?
Depends on how you want to drink it. Look, if you take it to the head, you're going to get both. So sip it.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into why it's locking up like that, but I think I'm gonna go with Restream
It probably
next week.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
just-
Okay, everybody. Sorry, if you can hear us, we're having a little bit more technical difficulties. But they are definitely enjoying this drink.
Yeah, Yeah, I can still see my outfit down there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real honest with you. I don't like this.
It too.
You don't like cranberry?
Nah,
Probably because it's diet
drink it.
cranberry.
Don't drink it. I drink it.
I took a sip of it already.
Throw it in the sink.
It's diet.
Yeah.
Oh, will that help you out, Leroy? You say you trying on the weight. Wait, man,
Oh, listen, you got jokes. You got jokes.
I need to be on that
Okay.
program too.
You definitely shaped like a glass.
Y'all.
All right, y'all. I want to thank y'all. Y'all can probably still hear us. Remember, please go out on the website and check out. Go out to the Comedy Zone for Therapy, the comedy special, June 18th. Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. Make sure in September you go check out Big Chip's comedy show, Stroke Talk 3, finally. And also on Tubi, make sure that you check out the 2 movies, Trapped Outside as well as Buddies. Is there anything else y'all would like to plug?
No, I got my ticket. I'm ready for the show.
All right.
And you can go to Amazon Prime for Trapped Outside.
And you can go there for Trapped Outside. Ed,
What is Buddies on?
Tubi.
The Fabler has nothing today. But just check me out on YouTube. That's DANNERIUM. And type the word presents. If you forget the presents, just type in Denarium. You can even Google me. It's there. DANNERIUM. Enjoy.
Juice.
All right, bro, you can cut it off because it's locked up. Doing that, though.